Thank you once again, as we have also back on the journey of what the IP phones, part two of what we did last, that was yesterday. We did part one. We're about to continue the part two. And when you check on the screen, we have bigfirmcompany.com. We have KLM on the right side. We have Big Firm on the left side. We have already configured the rest of the machines with their IP address, and we are about to make sure that both machines have their IP address from the router, because we did a router DHCP router. That's the DHCP router. The router is supposed to distribute IP address to various machines. So when you click on this one, the Kwame's PC, Kwame has already been assigned an IP address from the router. So when you click on it, you go to desktop, go to configure, you can see that it's using DHCP, not static. Okay, we did the same thing to the rest. So what we are about to do is that we have to also make sure that the IP phone, that is the IP phone we have here, must also have an IP address, and the numbers that we have over there tells you that those numbers are going to be numbers that they are going to use for dialing. They will use those numbers for dial-up. They will dial those numbers. Okay, so we have a number like 1002, that is 1001. We have this one too, 1003, and we have this one 1004. So these are the individual numbers that we are going to assign and give it to the IP phones. At the same time, the IP phones also must have an IP address assigned from the DHCP. Are you listening? Yes, so DHCP will be providing the IP address to these IP phones. That is Internet Protocol phones. And the phone number are the ones that is what? This one, Kwame's phone number is going to be 1000. Then PC1 phone number is going to be 1001. Then Ab's phone number is going to be 1002. And as it goes up to the right side of klm.com. Now it's time for us to configure what we call option. We are about to configure a command that we call it option 150, and it's a DHCP option. It's a DHCP option because it's an instruct the client what the IP address of the TFTP server means. You can also provide 143, 145, 146, which is what? TFT. Okay, FTP. Are you following it? But this one we want TFTP. It's like you want the IP phones to get automatic IP address from the router. So we said travel file transfer protocol. We have other numbers, but we are going to choose what? 150. So we call it option 150. If you make it option 140, 145, then it means that, yes, thank you. So after configuring everything, now we are going back to our left side, which is the router we have over there, to configure our option 150. Okay, should I explain again? Okay, let me go into it, then I will explain it to you well. Okay, so click on the, let's go inside the BF R1. Go inside. Seems the text are so small. Let me just increase the text more. Okay, so let's go straight. Then our router name is what? BF IP4. So go to config. Are you there? Now press shift and the question tag. Shift and the question tag. Then you press. Yesterday we are on the IP, that's the DHCP. Is that not it? We are on the DHCP. So let's type IP DHCP. Then what is our pool name? Our pool name is what? You said what? Oh, what is our pool name? Yesterday, you and I did a pool name. I'm not okay. You said, you said, so it's BF voice 1. BF voice 1. Enter. Then press the shift and the question tag. Can you see option? Can you see option? So after you configuring the DHCP on a router to distribute IP address, we are going to configure option 105 for travel file transfer protocol only on a client machine to receive an IP address. So it can only be configured in what? The TFT can only be configured in the server. Look at something here. Click on the server, let me show you something. Click on the server, let me show you something. Go to services. You see we have TFT. You see the TFT? You see the TFT? Eh? You see the TFT? The option can only be configured in the server. And the TFT over there, they are services. And this one is a travel file transfer protocol. But if you are dealing with only FTP, you know the port number of FTP. Eh? You know the number of the port number of FTP. What about HTTP? HTTP is what? HTTPS. HTTPS is what? Hey, HTTPS. Don't disgrace me. It's 80. 8. You added S to it. No, you said what is the port number of HTTP? I said 80. You said no. That's why I was confused. I said HTTPS is 80. HTTPS is what? Ah, it's what? Kelly. It's 443. Let's go on. So we have the travel. So let's go back to our configuration. Let's go back to our configuration. So now, you know, we did a network yesterday, but you can remember. If you are inside the DHCP, you want the DHCP to distribute IP address to the client machine. We did a network. We typed the network, but you remember. We did network like this. We did network. Then we type what network? What network we typed? We type 192.168.10.0. Then we type the subnet max like this. Then we enter. After that, we have already done this. That is why I don't want to enter. After that, we did what? I said default what? Gateway. Then we type the router's what? IP address, which is 192.168.10.1. Then we enter that one too. I won't enter because I've done that already. Then I said, okay, there is a DNS, so we have to type the DNS IP address. So we type DNS. Then we said 192.168.10.201. Is that not it? And we did that. Now, since you have already finished configuring this one, we want the router also to distribute IP address to the iPhones. So for the router to distribute IP address to IP phones, then it means we have to choose what? The option. The option is there. Can you see option? So just type what? Option. Then bring the question tag. It said DHCP option code. DHCP what? Option code. And I said we are going, they said what? It's 0 to 254. So we are going to choose 150. When you choose 150, then it means that you are dealing with what? FTP. That is TFTP, the Travel File Transfer Protocol. But when you choose 143, 145, 146, you are only dealing with what? FTP. That you want the server to transmit it. Travel, TFTP.
So if I understand, the TFTP port number is 150. Right?
Yes.
But if you choose this one, 140, it means that we are dealing with this one. We are dealing with what? If you choose 140, it means that
if you choose 143, 144, 145, there are some IP addresses that if you choose within the range of this, then it means that you want the server rather to transfer the IP address. So we are choosing what? 150. So when we choose 150, we are choosing the TFTP. When we choose 140, it means that, okay, let me ask you, which device is the one that is transmitting the IP address to the various machines? I said, it's not a server, it's the router. Yesterday when we did, it's the router that distributed the IP address, which a server is supposed to do. You know, inside the server there's a DHCP. Where you know that? Yes, inside the server there's a DHCP. So here, if I said, let me just if I said, let me just what? Configure the server to distribute IP address, then it means that I'm not going to choose 150. I'd rather choose what? 145. But because the router is the one that is distributing the IP address, I will choose 150. Let me put it in this way. You know, we went inside the server, we did the server. Okay, let me just do this. You know that the server can distribute the IP address. You can configure the DHCP on the server, or but yesterday we rather went inside the router, and the router rather distribute the IP what? Address. Yesterday we were here. Yesterday we were here. We were here. We
Yes.
did DNS.
Yeah,
We
we did
did default router.
Yes.
We did network. So
Yes.
which machine device is distributing? Is it not the router?
Yeah, we did it inside of the router.
And
But
why
when
is it server?
yeah, no, because I was looking that the server which is because whether we enter to the this one, the DHCP, that's why I was confused. I was thinking that the server which
It's
is
not the server. The server there, we only went there to give IP address
IP address.
to the server.
Okay, okay. Now I understand.
Ah, you were here when you were nodding your
Yes.
head. Yeah. I think when you were doing like this, it means the configuration was going well, so you were nodding your head and you were smiling small. Right? I was watching you. Okay, so let's put 150 there. Let's put 150. Then if 150, you have to, if it's a server, are you listening? If it's a server, then it means that we will direct it to the server, then we type the server's rather IP what address. But because it's not a server, it's the router, we have to just type it. So bring the shift and the question tag, you say IP. It's a data is one or more IP what address. So type the IP, then the shift and a question tag again. It said set IP what address. So you have to type the router's what IP what address, which is 192.168.10.1. Are you done? Enter. Then this one is telling us that is the router that is going to distribute the IP address to the what? IP what? Host. So after you configure your DHCP, first you type IP, DHCP, pool, then the pool name, you enter, you type network, 192.168.10.0, 255.255.255.0. When you finish, default gateway, then you type 192.168.10.1. DNS, then you type your DNS service what? IP address. When you finish, you come to what? Option, then you choose what? 150. 150, then you say the IP. Then after the IP, you type the IP address of what? The router. Then you type exit. This tells you that the router is the one that is going to stand in. So let's type what? Exit. We haven't finished. At least we have to make sure that we configure everything. Type shift and the question tag. Shift and the question tag. I want you to check something. We are looking for telephony services. If you choose different router, apart from the one that you just chose, you will see telephony what services. So make sure that you have to choose a router that bears what? Who can tell me? Yes. So what is the router's number? It's what? 28 what? Thank you. So on your practical exams, I'll tell you that configure. You will see that I've sketched the thing all right, but I will not choose 2811. But you have to choose the 2811 and configure it. But if you choose any, apart from 2811, if you choose any other router, you won't see telephony services inside. And don't tell me that will cross over. I went there, there's nothing. I said, oh, check, you will see it. Check, keep on checking, you will see. Or maybe the command you are typing is not correct. Check, type it well. So shall we continue? Now let's type the telephony services, then shift and the question tag. Type the telephony service. When you type the shift and the question tag, it tells you that the carrier CR is there. So enter. Our service will change and it said config hyphen what? Telephony. Then type the shift and the question tag again. Then we are coming to configure. We are coming to configure. We have the auto-define DN, that is directory number range for auto-assign. We have the auto-rec, ePhone enable. We have the create CNF for Ethernet phone, then the exit. So what we are coming to do right now, we are coming to create what we call max DN. Okay, can you see max hyphen DN there? It said maximum directory numbers what? Supported. When you check on our screen, how many machines we have there? 3. So you must know the number of what? IP phones you have in your corporate network. One phone is what? Directory number. So it will ask you how many maximum directory number you have. So now let's click on max and hyphen DN, then you bring the question tag. You say we have from 1 to 144 maximum directory numbers supported. You see, it's up to what? 144, which means that you have 144 IP what? Phones. But for the look of things, we have only 3 departments there, which means that 3 departments, they have, each department is having what? Phones. That is why when you go to some companies, each offices, they have their IP phones there. Maybe Google's office, you have your phone, IP phone. Kelly have it. Jeff also have it. Teresa also the same thing. So how many? The 4 of you, your offices, you have individual phones there. Are you following it? Yes. So you have to multiply how many phones you have in the corporate. There are plenty. The whole building, then it is 140 phones. I hope it will read you. It will read. Maybe you will not use more because not all rooms must have what? Phones. Only those that at least you think that they are very prominent. Chief Information Officer must have a phone. CEO must have a phone. Supervisor must have a phone. Are you following it? So as it goes. So right now, we are going to choose what? 6. Should in case we have 3. Should in case if they bring another one. Right now we have 3. Is that not it? 3 departments. So let's make it 5. Let's make it 5. But you can later on you can come and increase it.
So
Let me make it 10.
why have
You choose the 10 because right now we have 3 departments. So for them to come and tell you that there is the 10 represent the department, the number of what? Phones. How many phone lines you'll be having? 10. So that is the directory numbers, maximum directory numbers. That is a maximum hyphen DN. That is the word.
Yes, but I want to know why
You can choose any number, depend on your capacity.
for me, I choose the number is depend on the phone or the department that we have.
Later on, you can add a department to it. You won't go back to configure this thing again. Let's say, for instance, you've chosen 3. 3. You understand? You've chosen 3 here. What we are doing, we choose 3. 3 rooms. All of them have phones. Another 4th, 5th, 6th room. They said now connect the phones over there to it. Meanwhile, you have already chosen what? 3. You have to come back again to this place and come and add. But we are preparing it now down. So when they have the phone, you just what? Create it, they enjoy. You create it, they enjoy. Because it's a directory. Do you understand? Jeff, you're about to say something. Yes, we are doing, it's a separate thing we are doing. So what we are doing on the big firm, you also do the same thing on the KL. Which one? That is on KLM QC. That's quality control. Uh, shall we go on now? Enter. So now, since you have chosen the maximum DN number, then you have to choose maximum ePhones. So it will be what? Is that? You chose 10. So that one also have to be 10.
Yeah, because each department they have one IP phone inside.
What we are doing, and what I'm trying to let you understand is, yeah, it's good for us to base on it because we have three departments. And should in case they've add another department, they will come back and add. So
So to deny,
you'll come back and add 4 or 5 or 6. You understand? So to stop that, that one serves as a security, all right. It's like you are reserving a room for phones to be added. So you are making a reservation. Let me put it. So when they bring it, you just connect lines straight away. They have their number. The router will just distribute and give it to them. So, do you understand? So let's go. So we have the max ePhones. So it's also going to be 10. It's also going to be 10. Enter. Now we have keep alive, keep alive. So we finish with the DN over here, maximum DN, maximum ePhone. Now remain keep alive. Okay, so keep alive said define keep alive timeout period to unregister IP word phone. So we are going to choose what? Keep alive time, which is 50. So let's go. Keep alive time. When you bring the question time, look, time in what? Seconds. Time in seconds. We choose what? 50. The 50, it says seconds, so in seconds, so 50 seconds. Oh, it's 50 seconds. 50 seconds is how many? It, 50 is a seconds.
Yeah, why you do what?
You said
Why you
for maybe the client to, every 50 seconds connect the IP phones. But you are waiting to connect. And when we check the time, how many? Look at the time. It said 10 to what? 600 and what? 55,035. So if you put 20,000 there, divide 20,000 by 60, the one you will see will tell you you have to let the system wait before the IP phone can connect. Do you understand? You can choose 10, you can choose 20, you can choose 10. You are not supposed to choose 5 because it starts from 10. You can choose 15, which is within 15 seconds, IP phones should connect. Yes. When you are doing Zoom, when you are doing Zoom, they will tell you that, okay, we need 5 minutes. Uh, or when you order boat, they will tell you that, oh, 10 minutes. You know that it's 10 minutes. That is the minute they've given it to you. It's a range. And you decided to spend what? 20 minutes. What will happen? So you have to go along with what the minutes they've given. So within that 10 minutes, you must be there. So if you have IP phones, IP phones, IP phones, within 50 seconds, that IP phones should connect. So 50 phones. If one has not connected, 50, 50 seconds, another one will what? And 50 seconds is just what? A tick. Te- 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 up to 50. So up to 50, less than what? A minute. Or half a minute, 20 what? Seconds. Or half a minute, 20 seconds. That one too, you don't understand. Half a minute, 20 seconds. Your IP phone is supposed to connect. Are you following it? Yeah. So this one also helps for the TCP IP address to establish. I should explain it again. So keep alive is 50. You just enter. I'm sleeping. Hey, I'm recording. Uh, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's now type IP. Then bring the question tag. Then you set source. Okay, where the source is coming from. We have a source, and the source. Bring the question tag. You see the IP address. Define an IP address of it. So the source. We are going to take the source of what? 192.168.10.1. The source is 192.168.10.1. Then space, then the question tag, you see port. The question tag again. It says specify the port. We are going to specify the port. We are choosing 2000. That is the port we are choosing. We are choosing 2000. Enter. Now we finish with IP, we finish with keep alive, we finish with maximum DN, we finish with maximum IP phones. Now remaining the auto. It said define DN range for auto assignment. So we are going to deal with from 1 to what? 10. Okay, auto assignment. So over here, it said we type what? Auto. Auto assign. Auto assign. So auto assign, when you bring the question tag, you will see 1 to 144. So it's what? Ours is what? 1 to what? 10. Are you following it? 1, then it said to 10. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Enter. 1 to 10. Now we have auto reg ePhones. So automatic reg ePhones, when you bring the question tag, so which one are you going to do what? It said automatic registration ePhones. It's not good for you to do this because an attacker, a hacker, can also create his own and connect to your network. Then your network will register its own. Meanwhile, he has also configured something on his ePhones. It can get access to your corporate network and start what? Dealing with your network. Are you following it? So sometimes when you reach here, what I've been telling students that don't do auto reg what? ePhones, which means automatic registration what? ePhones. Are you following it?
For all the call that
Not the call, is the phone.
yeah, the phone will register all the
So let's say, for instance,
all
it's
the
10.
voice.
I'm coming, it's 10. And you have 3. A hacker just brought his phone from outside. He came to your company to visit a friend. Then he just connect his phone straight to your RJ wallet because you have assigned this one automatically. 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 The router will assign an IP address to the hacker's what? Phone. Everything. Because you have already set what? Auto registration what? ePhones. So when you enter, don't enter, leave it. Let's move forward. Okay, so now type exit. Type exit. Then you type ePhone. ePhone -DN. But let me just bring the shift and the question tag. You see that we have the ePhone DN here. We have ePhone define Ethernet phone, but configure ePhone phone lines. You see, so now we are going to configure the lines of we are going to assign the lines for IP what? vPhones. Okay, so this is what you have to type. If you type ePhone define Ethernet phone, that one there, you just define it, but you must give the ePhones numbers. And those numbers is what you must choose. You must choose what? This one. So we are choosing the phones hyphen DN. Then shifted the question tag. So how many phones we have? We have 10. So we are going to deal with the 10. Okay. So we are going to start from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10. So we are going to deal with 10 phones. So you start with 1 first, then you enter. You see? So when you enter like this, you change to config ephone -dn. Then bring the question tag. You see number. You see the, have you seen number? Number. So define dot, thank you, telephone number. And what will be our telephone number? Our telephone number is 10001. That is what you have to do, which means you are giving first one to, this is the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. But you are going to deal with it here, you are going to deal with it 10. Are you listening? You are going to do 10 here. You are also going to do 10 here. Okay. Hey, Kelly, your problem. You have to type ephone -dn 1. Then when we type, what is our, is what? You said number. You type number. And what is our number? Which means the first phone number we will give is what? Hey, the first phone number we gave is what? The first phone number we gave is what? So when you type number, put it there, 1, 2, 3. So when the person is going to die, the person will die 1, 0, 0, 0. You know that particular phone, we don't know, either it will go to Teresa, Kwame, because that one we assign to her, Kwame. Second one is this one, third one is this one. Are you following it? But meanwhile, the DN is how many directories we create. How many directories we create so far? 10. So this is the first one. Enter. You finish? Now type exit. Then you type the ephone -dn again, but this one is going to be 2. Very simple. Enter. Then you put number. Then you type 1001. Then you type exit. Then you bring what? 3. Number 1003. Is that not it? 1002. You enter. Then you type exit. Then you bring this one as 4. Number 1003. Exit. This one is 5. 5. So number is going to what? 1004. Exit. This one is 6. So since you are 6 number, So 1005, you type exit, then you bring 7. So the number is going to be what? 1006. 1006. You can, it's good for you to do this one up to 10, but let me tell you something. Do it up to the 3. Then later on, you can what? When they add the department of where you are supposed to put the phones, you just what? Continue. Okay? If you do this one and you choose auto hyphen reg eForm, that is automatic registration eForms. That is where what you have given, it will assign to those who are coming. Sorry. I hope it's clear. So I'll pause at what? ePhones, which is what? DN7. Okay? What about you? You pause over there, then type exit again, then WR, then the copy run config, startup run config. You are good to go. Now, we must configure the voice on our switch, okay? We have a voice we have to configure on our switch. We have to configure the voice on our switch. Are you listening? So let's connect one PC. Connect one PC to, let's choose the console. So for the voice to take over, we have to make sure that we allow the voice from the switch to take charge now. Are you following? So we are going to allow the voice, okay, on this one. So let's go to the switch. Click on the switch. Click on the switch. So the EN, then show IP interface brief. Type show IP interface brief. Type show IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief. Are you there? Okay, so I said you should type what? Show IP interface what? Brief. So when you enter, want to see the total of our interface. So you can see that our interface, those that they are up are 1, 2, 3, up to what? 5. Is that not it? Check yours. Check yours. It's 5. Is yours 5? It's 1 up to 5. But if it's 1 up to 5, look at what you are going to do. You must check this one first. What number is this? Check. The one connected to the switch is what? 3. Mine is 3. This one too is 4. And this one too is 5. Is that not it? So we are going to put from 3 to 5 into a voice. Do you understand? Yes. You know it all. As a VLAN, we are going to, all of them are on what? VLAN 1. Then you know that all these four, they are on VLAN 1. But we are going to make sure that 1, 2, uh, no, 3, 4, and 5. These 3 and 4 and 5 are the only one we connect to the PCs. Is that not it? Or yours is not showing that.
Yes.
Yours is showing because you know 1 and 2, 1 is for a router. You check. Check. 1 is for the router. 2 is for the server. Then choose a 3, 4, 5. So 3, 4, 5 is the one we are going to put them into voice. Are you following it? So let's go to config. Config T. Yes. So type int fa, sorry, int range fa 0/3 hyphen 5, which means that you are combining 3, 4, and what? 5. Then you can remember this. You are combining 3, 4, and 5. Enter. Then bring the shift and the question tag. Just press it. Just press shift and the question tag. You will see switch port. Can you see switch port over there? So let's type the switch port. Then the shift and the question tag again. You can see voice. It's a voice appliance what? Attribute. Can you see voice? Thank you. So you put voice there, then shift and the question tag again. You choose VLAN what? 1. Are you following it? Which means that we are making sure that this interface 3, 4, and 5, they are already on VLAN what? 1. So we have to choose voice VLAN 1. What about should in case I said 3, 4, 5, move them to VLAN 6? Then it means that you have to make sure that the voice have to be on VLAN what? 6. So VLAN 1, it doesn't mean that you have given all the port. Are you listening? It doesn't mean you have given all the port voice, but you are rather giving 3, 4, 5 voice what? Line. Enter. type exit, exit again, and WR, copy run, startup. But we have to make sure that we name the switch. BF SW1, BF SW1. You are there. Okay. Can you see something? Check it well. IP address have been assigned. The gateway also has been assigned. Then the line number also has been assigned. Let's check this. Wow. Let's check this. Wow. Then it means that we are now going to call each other in C. So Kwame will be calling Abba. But Kwame, what we did on the left side, we have to do the same thing. Why there is no one smiling? So what we did on the left side, try your best and do it on the right side. Okay? So are you okay now? Shall we continue? Okay. So so click on the IP phone. Click on the IP phone. The one I click is the one that is on top of Kwame. Okay. So that is for Kwame. That is for Kwame. Then go to GUI. That is for Kwame. Go to GUI. Are you there? Yes. So now we are going to call ABBA. And we went, for what I know, when we check, ABBA's own is what? 1002. So you have to click 1002. Yes. 1002. Then you can hear the sound. Then you just click on this. So look, oh, now Kwame is calling. So Abba, you have to go to Abba's room. When you go, you see this, it's truly ringing. Can you see? Yes. So whilst it's ringing like this, Kwame is calling Abba, then Abba will pick it. You see? Then it means that you will see connected. Can you see connected there? We were on Kwame. Yes. So so yes. So this is Abba. Abba can call Kwame. So 1 0 0. Hello, Abba. How may I help you? I heard you calling. Anything? Yes, Kwame. Then please, I want us to have a meeting. I want us to have a meeting, emergency meeting. The CEO said I should call you. Okay, Abba, I will come. By which room? Please, room 12. Okay, thank you very much for calling. And that is what it will be. Communication goes on. Okay? Yes. Thank you very much for at least coming the second part of what Evans, you are calling different person. Because you've not put the handle on. So I want you guys to configure the right side. Are you listening? Are you listening? Configure the right side, and I will show you how you can configure the both side. That is, the left side can ring what? The right side. 192.168.10 can ring 172.16.0. Okay? So thank you very much for another fruitful and wonderful class. We haven't finished. Remain the part 3 and part 4 of it that we have to go through. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe and also share the link. My name is Crossover. Thank you very much. And we will meet once again. I love you all. Thank you. Bye bye.